How's everybody doing? I figured I would sit here and we could smoke a little weed and I could talk to you about a few things that I have advice for Stephen Harper and how you can keep your career, buddy, because that's really what all of us Canadians want. So let me share a little insight with you if you don't mind. It seems to me, Stephen Harper, that in the past few years you've had a few incidences in your political career as Prime Minister, I would say, that kind of tarnished your image as the so-called conservative mastermind of how you're going to fix Canada with your conservative worldviews. Some instances like just recently, let's say, the Air Canada job action, Lisa Ray forcing back to work legislation, it's happened several times. The postal outlet, Canada Post, again with back to work legislation, doesn't favor too much for your look on collective bargaining. And small business really doesn't appreciate stuff like that either. If you don't take away their right to, you know, have decision-making abilities amongst their unions, I mean, there's going to be a revolt for that, Stephen Harper. So let's make sure that you know where you're going. So some older examples: the fake lake. That was a great little tarnish to your "we're so ethical and Christian conservative. We're going to spend a bunch of fake money that really shouldn't have been spent there on fake lakes for backgrounds for people, so we can have, like, ooh, look at this great little media center we've got here." That was a great misappropriation of some money. So another strike against you there, Stephen Harper. The G8 and G20 summits that were tagged along with that. Police violence, overspending, you know, there was, I mean, the misappropriated money that went to the $50 million that went to that summit or that resort house in one of your stupid cabinet members' ridings. I forget his name. I love it if somebody pointed out to me. That'd be great. That was another kerfuffle of yours. There have been several things like that. The Hassan Diab extradition order that was just issued. How are you going to extradite Canadians to foreign countries under suspicion? They're not even he's not even charged with anything. You got to loosen up these tough on crime laws there, Stephen Harper, or else you're not going to be able to keep your career. And that's really what I'm trying to help you on here, buddy. I'm trying to help you keep your career. Just so you know, that's where this video is going. I hope everybody can just feel the sarcasm dripping off me. You really have done a number on yourself, Stephen Harper. You're trying to increase trade to Central America and the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Group. That's a great place you want to seed on. I know you were building. Chile has a great seed on it, and I know you want to get into this kind of economic growth that's prospering out of Latin America and Central America and South America. But the idea is that you want drug crime and cartels and stuff have to stop in order for you to do business there, in order for you to be progressive, and you to branch out and make more money, because you can't rely on the American economy anymore to sustain ours. We have to look for other trading places outside of America, and everybody knows that. And you're doing a somewhat good job, at least at attempting it. But you have this stipulation that these Latin and South American countries have to eliminate all these drug crimes. Well, their stance, Latin America and Central America and South America as a whole, are talking about decriminalization and legalization of all drugs to eliminate the prohibition, organized crime aspect of it. Okay? So you've got to just loosen your belt on these asinine, archaic crime bills and minimum sentences and stuff, and you've got to smarten up and say, hey, look, I'm running a country that apparently really doesn't like what I'm doing. You might think you have a majority. Look at the numbers. We know it wasn't a majority. Alright? Works out to be like 2 out of every 10 Canadians voted. Just because you got apathy and a vote split between NDP and Liberals on their side. Because what? I don't even have to talk. Alright, Stephen Harper? You're done. With all this shit that I just mentioned, and all the things that you're not doing properly, unless you take everything I've said as face value and turn it around and come up with some sort of like, oh, moment in your little, you know, crazy Christian little church that you got going, and maybe you'll have an epiphany. Maybe you'll be like, that Stephen Stairs kid was right. But you know what? If you don't say that, and I know you won't, you're done. Your career as Prime Minister is over in this country. And until you get that through your head, people are just going to have to bombard you with videos like this. So, I hope you got the message, Stephen Harper. From one political hopeful to maybe an outgoing political hopeful. Take care, buddy. I really hope that you've taken some word out of this. And I hope everybody watching has taken a little bit of notes from this. And maybe you'll have questions, and maybe you can give some Stephen Harper advice next time you feel the need. So, keep smoking, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed my little rant about Stephen Harper. Take care, everybody.